Hear ye, hear ye. It is 6 o'clock, so therefore, we must call the Village of Terrace Park Council meeting of August the 13th to order. If you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes, you can.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty
and justice for all. Chief Hayhow, will you please call the roll?
Yes, sir. Askey.
Here.
Ingebrigtsen. Lehman.
Here.
Lemay.
Here.
Lindell.
Here.
Sharp.
Here.
All right. Next item on the agenda is the meeting minutes from all the way back to June 18th. Has everyone had a chance to review? Any suggestions, corrections, or deletions? Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
These are approved. Mrs. Lyons, you've outdone yourself yet again. Chief, welcome.
Thank you.
People's business can't wait.
Turn it and burn.
Next item on the agenda is residents to address council. If there's any resident out there that would like to address council, please come to the podium, give us your name and your address, and tell us what it is you want us to hear. Seeing none, we'll move on to reports of village officials. Oh, it's been such a long time since we last met that frankly, I don't have much of a report. I will note for those people that were lucky to live on a street that has sycamores, the sycamore leaves are now starting to fall. So therefore, please do not think that once you put them out onto the street that they will be picked up in August. It just doesn't work that way, does it, Joe?
No, sir.
So you can bag them, put them in a bag, or take them down to the environmental service area, and you can dispose of there. Other streets maybe are a little bit luckier, they're not coming down yet. Kids are still out of school until next week.
21st, I believe.
That means they're running the village, they're running crazy, slow down, stop, and 50 looks great. That was finished, I think, since the last time we met. And other than that, something will come to me. We had a advisory that came through just a minute ago on water. So for all of you not on well water, there's, the reserves are low, so they're limiting water to only a necessary use, household use, no watering of yards,
What do you
et
mean
cetera.
not on well water?
Pax,
Everybody but
Oh,
Pax.
actual
He does not receive his water from Indian Hill.
Pax gets, he is under no such restriction on water usage as he gets his right out of the aquifer.
If you need some water, go see Pax.
Yeah, I think he literally is
my
the,
water.
I think he's literally the
water
only
your
one in Terrace
plants.
Park on wells.
Okay.
So if you need water, go down there. That's it for now. Chief Fiscal Officer Katie Lyons, do you have anything on her behalf?
I do, sir. Just want to let you know that the 2025 budget was submitted to Hamilton County on July 11th, 2024. And all village council and employees have completed the required fraud reporting training.
Did.
That's the end of her report.
Nice job. Way to get done early. I would have taken the over, quite frankly, but
Not her.
not her, no. Chief Lawyer, Mr. Forbes,
Thank you. Nothing to report tonight.
how about as Clerk of Council, do you have anything on her behalf?
I do not.
We're gonna break a record here. EMS, Chief Maggard. He's not here. How about Fire Chief Dronesfeld?
I have some things in the works for next council meeting, but nothing to report this month.
Perfect, we're safe. Police Chief Village Administrator Gerald Hayhow.
Your Honor, if there's no questions on the police reports that went out, the only thing I have is we do have some street work yet to be completed on Marion Lane, and there's a couple other places, but I expect that that will be finished soon, and that's the end of my report. And leaves are about October 15th.
There you go. Maybe the Village Views will put that in all bold. Thank you. Planning and Zoning, John Gasky.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have no report.
I did skip any member of council outside of their committee.
Yeah, you threw me off a little bit,
Well,
sir.
we run a tight ship here. So, seeing none.
Always ready.
Finance, Jeff Lemay.
The only thing I would update, the Finance Committee met, and we did a 10-year outlook on our budget. Our current financial outlook is very, very sound. And the committee will continue to meet over the next several months and determine next steps to ensure that our finances and our budget remain very sound.
I sleep well at night knowing that the people that are in charge of that, including Katie and you and Jerry, are on it.
Mostly Katie and Jerry. End of my report.
Buildings and Grounds, Regina Sharp.
I'm going to give a quick update. We held a committee meeting on July 11th to talk about the community garden that was Jim Routh came forward and said he would like to help fund that. And so we talked about that. Some things to know as background is the site is the old parking area in the environmental services area. It's about 17,000 square feet. It is overgrown, and it has some old bridge debris below it, so that would cause issues as far as what could be put in there. What we are looking for is a group of community people to come forward and kind of own the project moving forward, but there is one big issue that came up in the middle of that, is that the Duke project is scheduled, well, right now, to happen in 2025 and 2026, and that would be the proposed parking area for all their stuff while they work on the sewer, on the lines in the village. So they would need places to put their trucks, and what else are they putting down there? Jerry?
Material,
Yeah,
piping.
all their
things
materials.
like that.
Otherwise, they're parked on the streets of Terrace Park.
Right, portalets,
So,
right. They're on the street.
It's a great idea. We are feeling very positive about it, but it's probably going to end up being delayed till 2026 or 2027. There was a strong response. I put a note out to the village and got 15-plus people that came back and said very interested in knowing more about it and being involved in it. So next step would potentially be just kind of talking to those folks, letting them know the background on it, and we may or may not meet sometime in the fall, just to kind of get different people's ideas and see if there is a core group of people that want to own it. It'll take a while to make happen anyways, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen in 2025.
Did I hear this right, Jerry? So Elm Street water line, they would put materials there?
No, sir, this is for the gas main replacement.
I was gonna ask you to give us an update on that. You met with them?
Yes, and that's exactly right, that they expect to, they're about, I guess, 30 or 50% planned. And so at this point, they're gonna be starting, excuse me, they believe in the beginning of '25.
Replacing the
Can you
gas.
refresh, what's the 50% plan? Sorry.
It's their plan. They've been working on this for a long time to replace all the gas mains in 95% of the gas mains need to be replaced. And right now, they're old cast or, steel, and they will be replaced with a plastic-type material. And so, in some places, they'll be trenching them, some places they'll be digging up the street. Right now, we just don't know, they don't necessarily know what's gonna be involved until they get in to the project. So, all their equipment, material, I offer them to store it down there so that it's not on the street, because they can, they have the right-of-way, the easement, so that they could put the portalets and everything right on the street. So this was I thought, a better place for it.
Do we know when that project, I'm sorry, I don't wanna,
No, I'm done with my update.
that just prompted me some more questions on that. Do we know when that project is scheduled to start? Early '25?
Yes, but they said that they expect it will be completed by the end of '27.
So it's all the way
3
into
years.
27 then?
Right. They're gonna break up, the community to be in sectors, it'll be in 4 sectors, so they'll be at, and then moving on. I'll be working with them because, the school, we can't have the disruption of service, during the school year.
Yeah.
Traffic, it's gonna be interesting for the next couple of years.
Do we have a general idea, or can they tell us a general idea of where the lines are on each street and do we expect them to take out one side, or is it run down the middle? I mean, I think that would, and by the way, I would assume they would replace our streets, or,
Yeah, they'll restore
they're
what,
not gonna replace them, but they're gonna
Right.
put a,
they're gonna restore. And I can tell you from experience, I mean, the gas lines don't necessarily run down both sides of the street. They run on one side
right,
or in the center. And from there, then each home has, right, they have a line going to the house. And I know that it'll take a lot less time if we can get folks to cooperate with Duke, because once they replace that line, they are going to have to go into the homes and turn on, light the pilots and things like that. Now, I certainly don't have a problem with anyone that feels uncomfortable that an officer would go with them, you know. But there's gonna be, you know, pretty strict security, and we're gonna know who they are and at all times.
And the idea, Jerry, is like the technology takes it below landscaping, so it's not like it's gonna necessarily tear up somebody's lawn up to their house.
That's
What we're thinking?
That's
hopefully?
what the hope is, yes. That's the hope.
Okay.
I mean, they wouldn't promise me that, but, you know, it's a lot cheaper for them to bore than it is to dig.
Things that are-
So they're gonna do what they can to save, you know, the cost. So, as I get more, you'll get more, but, I,
what else is expected of the village other than, you know, constant communication and routing traffic and escorting people into people's houses if needed?
we're good. I mean, they've always been easy to work with. As a matter of fact, our project, municipal project manager, I believe, is he's a councilman for Madeira. And one of the design gentlemen lives on Myrtle, and he promised I wasn't allowed to give his address yet. So.
Fair point.
So I feel comfortable that we're gonna be, you know, be able to work hand in hand to get this done as smooth as possible.
I have one more thing, once you're done. I also wanted to make people aware that on the village website, there is a very detailed village trees sub-website. So if anybody's wondering about the trees on their property and which are theirs and which are the village, you can go into the village website under urban forestry, and there is a very detailed mapping of that on everybody's property, so.
I do have one more thing with the project. And this will be constantly updated, but right now, I believe there's a map on our website at terracepark.org that shows the streets that will be affected. And as I get this information, and they were big on communications also, that we were gonna put this in and constantly update Code Red. So please, anyone that hasn't signed up for it, go to terracepark.org. It's very simple. It's not intrusive. It's strictly for Terrace Park to get information. We will constantly sending things out as we are made aware of them. And that's all I
Progress
got.
can be dirty.
Right.
That'll be an
It's gonna
interesting
be-
couple of
Yes.
years. Rules and law, Mrs. Lehman.
I have no report.
Thank you. Public Works, Mr. Lindell.
After all that, no report, Mr. Mayor.
He stole your thunder?
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be more thunder to come.
Yeah, right.
3 years worth of thunder, I'm sure.
Right.
Public safety, anything on behalf of public safety? No. Nope. Just a new record.
I talked to her today, so.
All right, any continued business, or how about any new business? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
New track
Well done.
record.
Thanks for coming, 15 minutes, the more times government